Service Nation, good to be with you again. I've decided I used to do all these in my office with the big background and everything, and I like it here. You guys, well, I'll show you. I've got my little my blanket, my comfy blanket on, so I feel like these are kind of fire. And we have a fire. I don't know if you can see it right there, but it's Phoenix and it's like 110 out, so there's no fire on. But I feel like this is a fireside chat kind of vibe, and I dig it. So I might just do these out here for the indefinite future. Feels more home, feel like I can really share better. Anyway, today we are talking about probably the number one thing that I've used to get unstuck in my businesses over the last 20 years and really grow faster with less headache and protecting a crap ton more profit. So I'm really excited about today's broadcast. If you are getting value, please subscribe, rate, review. Shoot us a line. Let us know that you're digging it. Tell your friends that own service companies and want to grow. That's how we grow. And the more we grow, the more money and time we can put into serving this community. All right. That said, little backstory, just so you're like, why should I know what who knows what you say means anything? I don't know. My wife would tell you maybe it doesn't, but I'll give you a couple things that you can take into consideration. So I've spent well over $250,000 on my education, and I did not go to college. So this is just on books and courses and mentors and really learning business. And it's a huge reason I love doing this broadcast is to distill down 20 years of making big, dumb mistakes so I can help you make less, smarter mistakes and just save you guys a lot of the time and brain damage that we've been through. And I'm able to take kind of all of the lessons I've learned buying, building, and selling several multi-million-dollar business over the last 20 years and investing in all my education, both on purpose, right? I'm paying a mentor or buying a book or joining a mastermind. And also inadvertently, I did this stupid thing that, and had to pay the stupid tax or the dumb tax. Love sharing all that with you guys. Also, I spent over a decade in a group of 8 to 12 owners of companies in different industries. We get together monthly and do kind of retreats every year, really just to focus on helping each other grow their businesses. And I did that because I had a loose feeling that if I wanted to get better at something, I always was a reader, right? So I always read a bunch of books, and it's like, wow, someone can distill down 20 years of value in their book I can get for $20. That's the best deal on the planet. But also there's that interactivity, like, well, but that's his experience for his thing, and I can't ask him questions, and we can't contextualize the author's kind of stuff to me, right? So I'd get in these groups, which are super helpful, by the way, because I wanted. I don't know about you guys, but owning a business can be super lonely, right? A lot of times our friends, our family, at best, don't understand but are supportive, and at worst, think we're crazy, right? And maybe we are. So this group of entrepreneurs I would meet with would give me kind of that sense of community, which is really important. But I think what I really wanted, and then kind of advice and feedback and all that, which was helpful, but what I really wanted, and you guys can tell me if this is what you're looking for, was not just confidence that I was doing the right thing. Because, in business, we've got 1,000 decisions we got to make every day. And it's hard to know if we're doing the right thing, right? And as owners, we have other people, vendors, customers, employees, like the community depends on us to do the right thing. So I really wanted confidence. And if truth be told, I was really looking for certainty. And out of that group that I spent lots of time and money in, because I think it was $3 or $4 grand a year to be a part of that organization. It was nonprofit, but it still cost money and then a lot more time to really be a part of that. I did get a lot of value, but I didn't get certainty, right? The problem was their level of commitment varied, right? Because we're all volunteers, right? It's not like I kind of owed them anything. I liked them and I wanted to help them best I could, but at the end of the day, like, my business was my business, their business was their business. We come together to help, but then we'd go back and do our own thing, right? And plus, all of them were smart. There's all very smart guys and gals in that group. Not all great coaches, right? There's a difference between knowing what to do and being able to help someone else see that and get the same result, right? So a lot of these people were real smart, but not great coaches. Also, because we weren't paying them, their commitment only went so far, right? Like, which is reasonable. Because they weren't paying me, my commitment only went so far. So we wanted to be there, and there's a lot of emotional support, moral support, and kind of here's what I would do, and some thoughts and some insights that were good. But at the end of the day, I couldn't demand anything of them, right? Bonus, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I learned, this is probably about when I learned that I used to think it's better to get something for free if you can. Then I realized, no, I think I'd rather pay for stuff. Like, just because you can hold someone accountable, right? Trying to think of an example. Organic traffic is perfect, right? Or paid traffic. So I do this podcast, this Facebook Live, this video, depending on how you're consuming it, to give value and to build an organic following. So lots of you guys be like, man, I love this guy. I want to refer the show. And we start building a following of people that we can serve, which is great. I have no control, right? At the top of the show, I try to, encourage you guys, hey, if this is value, share it with your other owners of service businesses and let me give them value as well. But at the end of the day, either it'll grow or it won't. I don't have a lot of control. And I'm pretty confident it will grow, but will it take 6 months, a year, 5 years? I don't know. I can't make you guys do anything, right? But with paid traffic, I can go to Facebook and go, I will give you $3 per click, or I want you to put this ad in front of this many people, and they owe me something, right? So I used to think, not just in traffic, but traffic's a perfect example. I used to think free was better because free is free. I get to keep my money, right? I realized if it's something important, it's only expensive if it doesn't work, right? I'd rather spend $5,000 with Facebook and get a bunch of traffic that I can monetize than spend $500 on another ad that doesn't give me any value, right? Even though the 5,000 is more money, it's less expensive than the 500 that just got pissed away. So all that to say, when it came to coaching, I realized, and training and masterminds and other people helping me, I'd rather pay somebody that I could be like, you owe me results. You have my money. You've got to do something, as opposed to kind of peers that were just trying to help me that really didn't owe me anything, right? So it's funny. I used to think free is better. Now I'm starting to go, it depends how important it is. If it's not that important, I guess let it be free and take whatever I get. But if it's important, I'd rather pay and make sure I get the result I want. So that's a bonus. Take that as you will. And also, by the way, those who pay attention. So I found, in my business, we've coached lots of service companies in the cleaning side, and we get paid tens of thousands of dollars, or millions over time. And the people that pay attention. They get great results. I also have friends that are like, hey, can I take you out to lunch and pick your brain? And of course, sure, we'll go to lunch. They can pick my brain. I do everything I can, give them as good a coaching as I can, but they didn't pay, so they don't pay attention, right? Ultimately, they don't do anything. So it's a bonus just to realize in life, not just as it relates to coaching or to traffic, but when you pay for things, you tend to pay attention and value them. And you also can, if it's important, pay for something so you can make sure you get it done versus, say I need the oil change in my car. My brother-in-law is like, I'll do it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't, right? I can't really demand if it's been, after I've nagged him for a week, hey, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? And he's like, oh, I'll get around to it. I'd rather just pay the guy $80 or whatever oil change costs and have it know I can get it done, right? All right. So again, the value I got in this group, or maybe some of you guys are in some mastermind groups, and if you're not, I'd recommend them highly, right? Free or paid, it matters, but they're both great. So there's lots of value you can get there, but the problem was they didn't get the nuance of my business because we're all in different businesses. So they knew how to be successful in their business, and some of those concepts applied to mine, but certainly not all of them. They were all smart, but they weren't all good coaches. I wasn't paying them, so their commitment level was limited at some point. And frankly, because I was paying to be in the group, but I wasn't specifically paying them. So my willingness to take their coaching wasn't as good as it could have been because I wasn't paying. So it was frustrating because I got a ton of value, but it didn't give me certainty, right? It got me some clarity, but not certainty. Not even really confidence. And the problem is because I was getting some value, even though I wasn't getting what I wanted, needed that clarity and that certainty, it stopped me from really finding a true expert in exactly my business that knew exactly what I want to do, that I could make sure would get me results. So believe it or not, in some ways, it hurt me in the long run, right? Because I was getting value. I thought it was okay, right? It's like I had a big wound. I put a Band-Aid on it. Maybe it made it feel a little better, but it didn't fix it, right? Or if you got, a back thing and they give you pain meds, it's like, well, the pain doesn't hurt as well, but it really isn't fixed, right? So when I sold my brick and mortar business, I got to effectively start over in this whole online marketing world, right? I'd known enough about getting clients to build several multi-million-dollar businesses, but I certainly didn't have a scalable, duplicatable, repeatable system, and I wanted to learn that. So at first, I couldn't find any mastermind groups, right? All the people in my groups, and these were also guys with multi-million-dollar businesses and gals, but they just didn't know marketing. It was more like we work real hard and we do it for a long time and we kind of build a business. When I sold my first brick and mortar business, I was, holy heck, I don't even think I was 40, but I was old enough where I didn't, when I started in the business, I was like 22, 23. I didn't have another 20 years to figure this thing out, right? Also, I sold my business for a good amount. I didn't have to work right off the bat, but I don't know. Maybe we could have retired, but I'd have to pinch pennies, and I don't want to do that. So my life savings were kind of at stake, right? I didn't have another 20 years to figure this thing out like I did when I started my first business when I was 20. It's okay if it takes me a decade or so to figure this stuff out. So again, I learned from before that things are only expensive when they don't work, right? So I went from cheaper is better, and that's maybe it's because I was raised poor. I'd love to know your guys' feedback if that's how you feel about life. I went from cheaper is better to expensive means it doesn't work. I'd rather pay more and get the result I want than less and not get the result I want. So when I sold, I kind of thought I had to like just Google stuff and figure it out on my own. The problem when it comes to marketing and online marketing, holy crap, you could spend a lifetime absorbing free YouTube videos and Google stuff and probably end up being more confused than where you started, right? There's definitely some value, but you don't know what's good information, what's bad information, and the only thing worse than no information is bad information. And when you can't tell the difference, it really gets wonky. So I realized that the same thing held true in coaching or mentorship, the paid versus free, right? I was like, if I could just pay someone that really knows how to do this, I can learn quickly, right? Just one guy. I can't have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Even if, say, everything on the internet was true, which is a long stretch, as we know. But let's just go into a fairy tale world where it's all true. The problem is the way I do stuff absolutely works. Guess what? There's other people that have grown business that do stuff completely different, and that works. So it's not even. And again, that's assuming, that's just taking out all the charlatans, that there's a good bit of those as well. So I realized I kind of need my coach for me, even if I had 10 different coaches that all were excellent, I can only have one, right? The whole too many cooks in the kitchen. I need to get one idea that could really work. So the problem is I had no idea I could just find someone that had a system that did everything and would, that didn't not only had a system to do what I want to do, which is to build this business, but to teach other people how to build that business, right? That's what I was looking for. And I started realizing if I could find that one guy, I could shave decades off my learning curve and just, or gal, and figure this thing out. The problem was, A, I didn't know I could do it. And B, those people are not cheap, right? If someone actually knows how to build multi-million-dollar businesses, oftentimes they're not interested in, they also know those who pay attention. So they make sure that you pay, so they know you're paying attention. So I started realizing I didn't need, as much as like before, when I had my brick and mortar business, there's lots of, meetups and groups and associations, and they were all helpful. Please don't hear me knocking those. They were very helpful in my growth. That's what took me 20 years to figure this out, is just reading 1,000 books, spending 1,000 hours on the internet, spending 1,000 hours in these mastermind things, but not really having a leader and a coach that like had a system and a process, right? So once I realized that it wasn't as much the moral support, I needed a system, I needed certainty, I needed someone that actually was like, I've done this, I've coached others to do it over and over, you'll get this done as long as you follow the system, it'll work. And I realized I wasn't going to get this from my peers who may be more or less successful in their business ventures that may or may not be similar or dissimilar to mine. I need someone that has a system to get the same results every time, right? Not just for them, but they were able to be like, here's a dozen or dozens of people I've helped get this result, right? So I realized I upgraded my thinking in terms of masterminds are good, but I really need, if I'm going to get a very specific thing done, and this is whether you want to get good at golf, at business, at online marketing, at anything, it's the same. So I've got a framework, as always. I always want to have a framework of here's exactly how to do it that I want to share with you guys that I've used. So here's what I'm looking for. And just so you know, I'm still currently, you get paid millions of dollars for my coaching. I spend 50 grand a year to be in another coaching group because I'm constantly investing. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, this guy's coaching, he's going to try and sell me crap. At some point we'll try and, we don't sell anyone anything, but we'll offer something for money. At this point, I don't even have it. We have nothing to offer, right? So this is really just me trying to give value to you and help you guys grow. But it's important because I've wasted a lot of money on coaching or masterminds, and I've gotten transformational value out of masterminds and coaching. So I want to help you get the kind of framework I use to know if it's a good situation and something that's going to give me the value I want. So when you do find someone to help you accelerate your learning, you can do it effectively. So number one, I have found I prefer industry specific. This is probably not, and these are in no particular order, by the way. There's just like 5 or 6 thoughts that I feel like that you want or need. This is a want. You can get massive value from someone that's not industry specific, but I prefer if it exists. Someone's like the more specific, if I want to learn how to play golf, that's fine, right? I can get massive value there. But if I want to learn how to putt, that expert or that system or that process I'm gonna find is gonna be different than just golf as whatever. And if I want to learn how to make 99% of my putts within 10 feet or 20 feet, that might be a different thing. So the more specific training you can get, the better. So that's it. Industry specific, ideally someone that's helped build this. That's why we're growing my service company, right? People that physically go to a business or a home and provide a service. That's who we serve, right? And we started with even more specific with owners of cleaning companies, and we realized that the concepts, and I've owned other companies, are the same for service companies. Second, this is a must. So the industry specifics on the nice to have, this is a must to have. A repeatable, scalable, systematized process to teach, right? So again, there's a difference. I found this. There's genius people that are just great, but they're not genius teachers. I would rather have a great teacher with a good system than a terrible teacher with a great system, right? So you need to make sure they've got a repeatable system, but systematizable process that they can teach that works every time. You put anyone in, if they do the work, they get the results. And the way you know this is how many people do you have with results? If it's 0 to 0, that's a problem. If it's 0 to 10, okay, we got something. If it's dozens, that's a real good indicator. So that would be a must for me. They're also going to show you what to do and how to do it, right? So there's what to do is one thing, and then how to do it's another. You want to make sure both of those components are in there. Here's a big one. Here's another must that so many people miss. If I was going to pick one that is probably the most overlooked, this would be it. Any coach or mentor I'm going to use, and I only use paid, by the way, that's another one we're coming up to, is if they're not paid, I don't want them. Because again, I can't control that, not control, but I can't make them do what I want them to do. I'd rather pay someone and have expectations than, I know lots of guys that make lots of money I could take to lunch and pick their brains. It's not for me. I want to grow fast. I want to get it done. So anyway, anyone I'm going to engage to be my mentor, I want to make sure that they come from a place of changing me first and then my business, right? So if so much of owning a business is who you are, how you think, and how you attack the business, and if your mindset is wrong, all the systems in the world ain't going to help you. If you've got a super powerful mindset and mediocre systems, you can still have success. So I never take a mentor that only talks about here's what to do. I absolutely need someone of how to think, how to look at situations and problems, and how to grow as an entrepreneur. So that's the magic thing if you're taking notes. We always grow the entrepreneur first, and then the business follows. If you try and grow the business without the entrepreneur, you will never have lasting results. So make sure anytime you get a mentorship relationship, there's some sort of mindset personal growth involved, because there's just no way you could give me, I've been in business 20 years, had lots of things, but you could put me in charge of $1 billion B with a B business today, and I'd probably ruin it. I haven't built myself up to the skill level to run $1 billion business, right? Lots of millions of dollars, but not billions of dollars. Or I'd probably die trying to figure that thing out. So again, you want to make sure that and it's not because of the systems. I'm sure the processes I know, but the mindset, right? That's why lottery winners so often end up bankrupt, right? Who they are is a poor person. You can give a poor person lots of money, they're just going to go back to being poor. On the flip side, you can take away a wealthy person's money, he'll go back to being wealthy very quickly. So it's not so much the systems, it's who they are. So really important. Next is another one that's overlooked. This is a nice, I wouldn't say it's a must, almost a must, maybe a must, but it's certainly important. Community. I wouldn't want to coach. I've done this where it's just a coach and me, and that's tough. And I've coached, right? And I know I'll say things that I know work, and sometimes people listen, sometimes they don't. But when other successful community members say the same freaking thing I say, somehow it gets in differently. So that community support and accountability and encouragement goes a long daggum way. So I personally would, especially, and again, that's the nice thing about paying, right? If you're paying, you can demand all these things, right? If I'm just like, hey, who will help me for free? I take what I can get, right? So since I'm paying, I would only take someone industry specific. I'd only take someone that has a systemized process that they've helped other people with, lots of other people. I'd only take someone that was going to work with me as a business owner, growing that first, and then my business. Second, someone that's in community, right? Not just, hey, call me, just going to be you and I. I want other people that they're coaching that I can work with, right, and struggle with, right? Because ideally the coach is further ahead of me and he might not remember exactly what it feels like, but so the community is a huge aspect. I would want that. And of course, accountability, right? So that comes back to payment. If I've paid someone, I can hold them accountable to helping me. I've given them money, right? And quite frankly, they can hold me accountable because I paid, right? I got plenty of money. I'm still too cheap. I'm not going to spend 5, 10, 20 grand, 50 grand on coaching and not listen, right? But if someone, the group I'm in now, it's $4 grand a month. It's 50 grand a year, just give or take. I pay, if it was free, I'd get a tenth the value, right? Because I wouldn't listen, right? So really important on accountability both ways. And a lot of that has to do with money. They have to be accountable to me to actually help me. A way to do that is to give them money. I have to be accountable to them to listen. A way to do that is have it cost money, right? When it's free, no one listens. So this is what helped us put together our system for Grow My Cleaning Company. It's what we're going to do for our system with Grow My Service Company. It's not here yet. So I wanted to do this before I had anything to sell. So no one was like, oh, Mike's you're trying to tell me how great life-changing coaching is because you're trying to sell me coaching. Maybe. I mean, at some point we'll have something like that, but as this is recorded live, we have nothing. We are just really here to give value, but it's still super important. So important. We have transformed thousands of owners of lives in our own cleaning companies, and I can't wait to help owners of service company because we've owned service companies and trained other people, just not as many as cleaning companies. Now that not only can you get systems and processes, but watching people change their mindsets is so much fun. Watching people that are afraid go to having certainty and getting results and having time and money freedom. I feel so blessed that in my retirement, I get to actually do something like that. So this understanding of how to absorb new skills quickly and go from, this is embarrassing to say, but I had my first businesses. I had 20 years of experience, but a lot of times I feel like I had the same year of experience I just repeated 20 times. Jessica's so sweet. She says, your coaching is invaluable, Mike. She snuck over for Grow My Cleaning Company. And she's an amazing, amazing owner. I love Jessica. So that understanding of going, I could absorb new skills quickly, and instead of kind of having 20 years of experience, but it's the same year of experience over and over, to really becoming an expert in his field that knows more than 98% of the people of my competitors in just months. Game changer, game freaking changer. And the things that we've laid out of exactly who you want and what you want in a mentor or a coach is going to help make sure that you can get those results. Because again, if someone else has done it, and I'm sure you guys have all heard the story, so I'll go quick on the 4-minute mile, right? For hundreds of years, it was thought physically, humanly impossible until someone did it. And then all of a sudden, dozens of people did it the next year, right? Having that coach that is like, I've done it, here's how to do it, it's possible, and you can actually talk to them, just life-changing. So trying to think. Yeah, like I said, as of this recording, I have nothing to sell you, but I do want to continue giving more value. So we do that 2 ways. One, you can go to growmyservicecompany.com. You can subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can put your email address in. When my new book comes out, $1 Million Service Business Secrets, we'll get you a copy. As we come up with new stuff and new offerings, we'll let you know. Also, if you'd like a copy of, like I said, I've always thought books are the best deal you can get. You can get someone's life experience for $20, right? I'll do here. My laptop's not plugged in. I'll take you with. All right, if we have any bad laundry or something, don't look at it because it's embarrassing. My wife will kill me. But this is just a part of my books. Like we have them everywhere. Up here, shelves and shelves, all the different shelves. I've got more in the closet. I've got there's more in that closet over there. I've got my bedside table's got a dozen books. My office has got books. So we are just books everywhere you go. Anyway, if you would like my book of everything I learned the first 20 years in my brick and mortar business, you can just subscribe, rate, and review to the show. And then just hit me up on Instagram, give me a direct message. It just says the word subscribe. I'll know that that's you. And we'll get you a copy of the book and see if we can help you. I'm a freaking genius. Why is this business so hard? It's a great book. Shares the first 20 years of experience of being brick and mortar. You can go to Amazon and buy it, or you can just subscribe, rate, and review. Let me know on Instagram. I think you can follow us at Instagram.com/Grow My Service Company. Just shoot me a message saying subscribed or referred if you really want something cool. And I'll get you a copy of my book. So that's it. Enjoyed hanging out with you guys. See you tomorrow. Reach out. Let us know how we can serve you.